What's up everyone? Still in Spain, still on vacation, but welcome to my FAQ number 31. Yeah, let's just get going because it's really hot up here and I'm starting to sweat, so let's go. Ola, in your humble opinion, what is the best way to make a $200 guitar sound like a $2,000 guitar? Well, I would probably change out the pickups for something better. That's usually number one. Change the tuners to locking tuners. I don't know. Well. Hey Ola, question for your next FAQ. Have you ever listened to any movie game soundtracks that really caught your attention in a traditional sense rather than just a bunch of band songs attached to it? I found stuff like The Road to Perdition. Okay, great. Yeah, the first game that I got captured by the OST or the soundtrack for was the game Outcast for Amiga. Was it Amiga? No, for PC, sorry. Outcast for PC, and that score is basically the first time I ever heard like real orchestral music, and it was recorded by the Moscow Symphony Orchestra, and it's an excellent soundtrack. I do not remember the name of the composer, but I'll link it somewhere here. It's one of my favorite soundtracks of all time, and it's I mean the game is from like 1995, so they were way before their time with really high quality soundtracks. So yeah, that was one of my favorite ones. Of course, also Final Fantasy VII. Play something on that Telecaster. Hey Ola, I recently managed to get my non-metal loving girlfriend into your videos. Is your wife into metal and what does she think of your music? Like back in the day when I met my future wife, she was listening to metal like a lot, and she really made an impression on me because she knew songs of Dream Theater. It was amazing. I mean, imagine yourself meeting a girl that listens to Dream Theater and can quote their songs. You should marry them straight away. That's wife material right there. But yeah, she's definitely into metal still. What she think about my music, she's probably super bored of my music because she gets to hear it every single day at home. So yeah, she probably does not like my music. Hey Ola, I'm really curious. How do you like your coffee? Black. Just like my socks. Hi man, what do you think about being a solo artist? Thanks again. I think being a solo artist is awesome. You don't have anyone that tells you what to do. You do your thing and you get to keep all the money. Yola, why are you thanked on the Violent Sleep of Reason CD by Meshuggah? I have no idea. That's the shittiest band on earth. Hey Yola, it's time for me to buy a 2x12 cab to use it at home and sometimes Hey Ola, it's time for me to buy a 2x12 cabinet to use it at home and sometime take to gigs. Which one should I buy? Horizontal, vertical, slant, wide, vertical, slant. There's 2 guitarists in my band and we play, well, metal if that's important. Here's, by the way, check it out if you have the time. No, I do not have the time, sorry. I can give you some tips about 2x12 cabinets. Like a horizontal 2x12 cabinet, from my experience, they deliver more bass than a vertical standing one, and basically I would definitely get a horizontal cab. I have a vertical at home. I like the format. The vertical one that I have now didn't have as much bass as my horizontal ones, so I'm getting a wider vertical cabinet soon. So stay tuned for a demo of that. Hey Ola, what advice would you give someone putting a metal album out for the first time these days? Join a label, try for a big one or an independent smaller one, or go your own way? I think Andy Sneap once said something like try for the big ones. Yeah, it's a good joke. Some distribution advertising deal only. Get a lawyer, patent your band name, logo, songs locally or internationally. You put up your channel on YouTube or somewhere giving away the music for free or not. Previous only, perhaps, etc. Any general advice? I mean, it's really hard to give any advice today because, I mean, the problem is that there's so many bands out there right now. If I were you, I would try to do as much as you can by yourself, keeping the costs down. You have to understand that when you're putting out an album today, you're not going to make any money at all. So if you get that into your head that you're not going to make any money and that you have to invest to be seen or heard, then you should put all your money into the marketing aspect. That's what I would do, at least. So, you know, maybe you should sponsor on Facebook or on YouTube or something like that, just to get your name out there, basically. You know what you can do? You can contact some of these online magazines. They can do features and stuff like that. So if you're going to spend any money, spend it on marketing. Try to do the rest yourself to save some cost, basically. Okay? I told you once, and I will say it again, will we ever see a single cut LTD Eclipse style guitar? I've answered, but I'll answer again. I do not want to discuss future models or future plans with Solar guitars, because it's a lot more fun when I unveil the guitars and you go apeshit. I like that. Hola. Why am I saying hola? It says Ola. Ola, have you ever written a song, thought it was badass, then listened to it a few days later and realized it really sucked? Yes, all the time. But then again, I can give a song like a couple of weeks and I can hear other things with the song that could be a lot more badass than my initial idea. So just because you thought the song you wrote yesterday was, you know, sucked, leave it to grow a little bit. Maybe in a couple of weeks you go back, listen, you hear something else, and it might have turned into something completely different and awesome. Hey Ola, what did you do with your Strictly 7 Solar guitars? I still have them. I sold maybe 2 or 3 of them, but I still have my original prototype. I still have the first production 7-string. I also have an 8-string Solar, and they're badass. I still have them. They're in my cellar, and they're yeah, I guess I don't touch them that much anymore. It's kind of sad. Yeah, that's just how it is. When it comes to playing Pantera songs, who's better, you or Wes Hawk? That's a very easy question to answer. It's definitely Wes Hawk. I mean, he's in a totally different league than I am. He's probably one of the best guitar players right now who's out there. And you know, when I'm doing my covers, you know, for me, Pantera is the #1 band. And when I do covers, it's basically me paying tribute to my favorite band and nothing more. I mean, it's not like I want to show off or anything like that. When I listen to Pantera today, it's like, you know, it's like I'm a teenager again. I mean, it gets my blood pumping. I feel like I'm younger when I'm listening to it. You know, I'm just such a fanboy. And when I do my covers, I know I'm not Dimebag. I do not sound like Dimebag. I definitely do not play like Dimebag. But you know, I like playing their songs. I like playing his solos. And you know, it's just me paying tribute as a total fan. And you know, Wes Hawk, he's a way better player. He's more true to Dimebag's type of playing, and he can definitely like pull everything that Dimebag did. He can pull it off for sure. So if you haven't checked out Wes Hawk, you go do that. Google him up here or YouTube him, Wes Hawk, okay? Hi Ola, what is your opinion on Schecter guitars, gratings from Greenland? Schecter guitars is a brand that is probably one of the biggest ones right now. And I really like how they've always been, you know, focused on the metal and rock genre of, you know, guitar players, and they've always stayed true to that, and I really respect that. And you know, with players like Keith Merrow and Nick Johnston and Jeff Loomis, Jeff recently left, but you know, Keith Merrow and Nick Johnston, who are like on the forefront of modern metal music, you know, and you know, modern guitar playing. I think they're doing a really good job. The only Schecter I owned was an Elite 007, like almost 20 years ago. It was an awful guitar. I hated that guitar. Basically had a log of a neck, was like really thick, and you know, when you played it, it was basically, the sound was just dead. It's like playing a corpse, basically. But since then, I mean, I sold that guitar, but since then they've been stepping up their game. I tried the Keith Merrow, I tried his guitar, and it's the best Schecter guitar I've ever played. Oh, well, that was the last question. It was a little bit more serious, this FAQ, than the previous ones. But maybe you'll enjoy that I actually had some good answers to give, and not only poo ones. So yeah, hope you like this FAQ. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you have questions, ask them in the comment section of this video. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.